Hey guys, this is Dillio, representing DillioT2K.com. This is a pretty much an announcement video. If you've been to my live shows, you probably heard me talk about doing an EP featuring producers. And so this video is about that. It's just basically me talking about that. Not really a tutorial, but I just wanted to share with the T2K community that I'm going to be coming out with an EP. The title of the EP slash mixtape is called Vacation. And the concept of this album was that since I'm not really in a position to go like on vacation this summer, not like how I would like to, I like to kind of do things to kind of sing and create music in place of that. And so vacation is basically me singing as though I am on vacation or as I'm somewhere else. So I'm using my imagination to create lyrics and songs. And since I got on DistroKid, it's like, okay, it makes me want to put out more music and maybe put out less formal music because for a long time, just making music has been a long process for me. Not necessarily. There are couple reasons because of that. One of the reasons why it takes so long for me to put out an album, like maybe yearly or 2 years, and sometimes I get frustrated because I don't put music out, is because there's a lot of life happening and, dealing with work, dealing with day job, dealing with life. And then sometimes, you may go through seasons where you don't feel like working on music and you got to take care of some life, in real life stuff. And that can be a challenge, especially if you're trying to do everything yourself. And I do come from doing everything myself, from the initial concept of the song to writing the lyrics, to producing the track and mixing and stuff like that. And really it's because a lot of times what it comes down to is I do it well. I've developed the skill and I like the quality of the work that I put out. And but it becomes a heavy workload. And since I got on DistroKid, I was like, all right, well, I just want to put something out fresh, something new. People still want to hear new music from me, and I like to do music in different themes. I like to do music on a pop side or on a reggae side. I like to do all these types of different music. So I thought to myself, okay, let me try and do a low pressure project, right? So this isn't really an album, but it is kind of like a in between album, a EP, and there's nothing wrong with that because there's really no rules. And most of the time people put out music on playlists now. You might have an album with a bunch of songs, but people take and put them in playlists now. So I thought, why don't I just put out a mixtape and kind of do a low pressure. So I didn't want to do like a huge project because a lot of times in the past I would kind of get caught up in the logistics because everybody has things going on, just dealing with real people, and it's nothing wrong with that. It just becomes a time consuming stressful thing. The last time I did something like this was 2010, so that's about 9 years ago, where I actually did an album. I wasn't as refined in my skill of singing at the time, but I had a hell of a time making the album. But it was hard work getting the producers together and getting the tracks together, getting the songs together. And one thing I don't want to kind of let go of is my artistry, being an artist myself, being a musician myself. And I said, why don't I just tap on the shoulders of 5 producers that I know of who participate in the T2K community, and and I've contacted them privately and saying, hey, do you want to be a part of this project? And and now send them something from DistroKid and set it up that way so that they can benefit from it and they'll have something in the game, and it'll allow me to produce a project. And this is really an experiment, and it's going pretty good. I think I got tracks from 4 producers, so I'm waiting for tracks from one more producer. I'm going to wait a week, and then if I don't get it within this week, I'm just going to probably do another track myself or something, because I know like I said, I understand life is happening, and I'm not Mr. Big Budget guy, but the people who are in my community who want to contribute to this project, it's really great. And if there's more producers out there or songwriters who want to help me put out music as Dillio, who wants to be part of that vein, I definitely will try to communicate and say, hey, I'm looking for songs or something like that. And then maybe I kick them something on the back end off of the streams. Streaming is not a super high profitable thing right now, especially for us independents. But I think it's still a cool thing. And one thing I don't want to get lost in, I may be doing beats online and licensing music, but one thing I don't want to let die or neglect is my artistry, me being an artist myself. And I know it gets mixed results on this platform because I know a lot of people, look for tutorials and stuff like that. And I don't mind that. And I get it. I don't take it personal, but I don't want to neglect that. So I said, okay, let me just do this vacation EP. write some songs, pretend I'm on an island, pretend I'm somewhere else, and just create some cool music. Something that I would listen to if I were on vacation. If I was not in Atlanta, maybe I was down on the coast or something, or at a beach, or at an exotic location. With a nice chick on the beach. Singing like that. And so I just wanted to create some music like that and tap into the T2K community. And so I've had some producers that have volunteered their work for me, and definitely I'm going to promote them. I'm going to create a post on my website that highlights that. I haven't done it yet because I don't, because a lot of times what happens is I'll tell you about the EP, or I'll tell you about a project and I don't even give you time to know about it. So I want to put it out at the end of July. I want to definitely kind of like finish the album and then maybe promote it for a few weeks and then drop it as a mixtape and stuff like that, and maybe even shoot some studio performances of the songs that I've done with other producers. And like I said, I know a lot of producers as well as myself, and I'm placing them on my album. And it's just an experiment. And how that goes logistically and how the response will go with that will determine should I try to tap the shoulder on producers on official Dillio albums. So that's it. So I just wanted to take time to formally announce that the release date will be the end of July, and it's a small project, so it's easier for me to achieve that versus trying to do a full album. And I'll be honest with you, I'm doing this with 2 tracks. Some producers gave me stems, some producers gave me 2 tracks. I'm not gonna harp so much on that because this is a mixtape, and I'm just trying to get in a process of just making music and tapping into the community a little bit with those who are willing to help me out, create music, and represent myself as an artist, and I'm very happy that I've been able to find some producers who've been willing to participate with that. So I'm going to give them a shout out real quick. And I know there's more producers, but I had to just pick 5 and go. So I want to give a shout out to AMR, Damar, DJ Boy 23X, Daystar Beats, and Gray Keys. I know there are more producers, and I want to do different themed albums. Like I want to do a pop album, straight up pop, EDM, I want to experiment with other genres because I've always liked just doing different styles. It's always been my thing. I get bored just doing one style, especially as an artist. So, I think doing themed EPs and creating a catalog for music streaming that way with smaller projects but more music coming out, I think would be really cool. It's just creating songs is not as easy as just for me putting a beat together because there's harmonies, there's lyrics, there's timing, and stuff like that. Maybe I can find a songwriter or two that is interested in writing songs and stuff like that, and maybe collab on that tip. But definitely I'm going to big up all the producers who are participating in this project. So I just wanted to take time to announce that. And then, I'll get back to the tutorials. I want to definitely do some more top boxing tutorials and more content and more value right here at Dillio T2K. So, all right, guys, I'm going to get off of here. And I just want to announce that, and I'll see y'all in the next video. All right, peace.